that leads to the second point. The second point is that out of 40 million black people in this country, what percentage do you think represent that self-destructive part? It can't be majority, because we couldn't survive if it was the majority. If it was the majority, we would have been wiped out in a generation. You know what I'm saying? If the majority of us were self-destructive, thinking like, you know, niggas and bitches, then that would have wiped out a whole generation ago. It's not the majority, it's a very small percentage. A lot of those people can be identified in certain regions, a certain economic condition. We know this is sociology, man. This is absolutely sociology. It's something that's been known for a very long time, of what poverty produces. Especially now, it's not just a matter of poverty, because people would say, and you know, in this podcast that I was watching, the sister even said it, like, oh, how come poor white people in their neighborhoods are not doing the gang, you know, killing each other en masse and all that type of stuff? Now, on one hand, what she's failing to realize is that they did that already. That's where the ghettos began from. When the European immigrants first came over here, they were doing that. They weren't killing each other. They did have mobs and gangs, and they were doing that. But then they, you know, ultimately came up out of that condition. But another thing that is being ignored when we talk about what happens within a certain economic condition that produces a certain type of behavior, we talk about what happens in the ghetto, is because it's not just the economic condition. They also made it psychological and mental by inputting imagery and narratives through the media and through the music and through everything else that assists with creating that deviant type of mentality that becomes self-destructive. Come on, man. You can't think that one is not a correlation, bro. Just think about that. You think that the image that they project to us is accidental? Especially if it's producing what it's producing on the level that it's producing it on. They use that image as the public image of black people. They use the ghetto black as the public black. And that's the black that they show other blacks, and that's the black that they show people all across the world. So when people see us, that's automatically the association. Automatically, because they are able to take the worst of you and make them the example. They even pay them to do it. Here, keep acting that way. I'll pay you to act as much, you know, of an N as you can, because you're gonna show other N's how to be N's and show other people that this is how N's are, and make that association real clear. Black equals N equals this behavior equals this mentality.